Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, and today you will see me recreating this beautiful fuchsia dresser. I seen this dresser online and was like, yes, I have to have that for my bedroom. So stay tuned and watch me create my version of this dresser. As you see, your girl is putting on her gloves to prepare to clean this piece. I got this piece from OfferUp for $80, which is a good steal because this was a real wood dresser. I needed to clean it though because it was extremely dirty, had a lot of crevices that had dust in it, so I had to, make sure I got that clean in order to get the flawless look that I was going for. I was using a high gloss paint, a lacquered look. So you cannot have dust in that lacquered look. It just won't look right. You will see all the imperfections. And yes, you all saw me using my my toothbrush. But before there was an edge brush, honey, there was an edge brush. And if you know, you know. The water should give you an idea of how dirty the piece actually was. Your girl got a little down and dirty with the power tools. You see me using the Ryobi sander to remove the top finish that was on the dresser so that I could work with a smooth surface. So right here is the finished product of me sanding down the dresser. I got it really smooth so that I could prepare it for painting. There was a huge imperfection in the dresser, which is right here. I had to fill that in so that you would not notice that when I painted. So you guys, this is what the wood filler turned out to look like. And it's pretty much dried. Like it's hard. So now I have to sand this out and get this prepared. This is where, this was the worst area, and I had to rebuild this area right here. So I'm gonna have to be really gentle on that. So let's go ahead and get this process started. As you can see, there's a lot of wood filler residue that's left over. I'm going to knock that off with a rag, and then the additional I'm going to vacuum out again, and then I'm going to use a tack cloth to get this clean. This is where I had to put a little bit of elbow grease into this piece. I put the wood filler on the furniture and then I sanded it down. It was a bunch of scratches, so I filled those in. That big imperfection back there, and made sure I filled that and sanded it well. So now I'm actually about to show you guys how to make a makeshift barrier. So to build this, I am going to use some nails. As I stated, I don't mind putting nail holes in my garage. It's a garage, so let's see. I'm going to use about 6, and we'll see how this works. Now I put those up there for the convenience of myself to be able to grab the nails. And look, clumsy self knocked them all down. Hope I could find them because I only had 6. So now that I have the nails all up, I am going to hang the drop cloth all around the garage. this is what I have so far. It's not professional at all, but I can guarantee you it is going to get the job done. I had a bit of a hiccup in this corner because I tried to connect two plastics to one nail, and that's just because I have a limited amount of nails, and because I'm not moving those pieces, they're heavy. So it kept falling down, but I got it up there. And as you can see, it's up on the ceiling, covering my door up very, very well, and then coming down on the end and covering it up. After, I don't know how many hours later, this is my little makeshift paint booth. And on the floor, I use drop cloths from Home Depot and the Dollar Tree, and I also use shower curtains from the Dollar Tree. I just wanted to make sure that my floor was covered very well. And so you all, this is what I have. And I did all of this by myself. And actually, the plastic made it move even easier. Like, it slid really good, but I just made sure that I slid it very carefully so that I wouldn't tear the plastic. I am going to put some more plastic down behind here just in case. Like, just in case it was a nick or something. I'm gonna take care of that. But for tonight, this should hold up. So now what I'm using is a drop cloth to get up excess dirt and stuff. This is the Yachted paint sprayer that I will be using to paint my dresser. Don't know much about it, but I have watched a few videos on how to use it. It comes with, I think, about 6 different attachments so that you can get different spray pattern. Here is my primer. Mr. Frank from the paint store decided to tint it pink because I was painting the dresser pink, so it will make it easier for coverage. So now I'm mixing up the paint, stirring it very carefully. In here, I'm just showing you the mineral spirits that I used, which was Fine Paints of Europe. You don't have to use this for your piece. It's on the pricier side. You can use a paint thinner, but this is what I decided to use for my piece. I thought this came with paint strainers, but it don't. So guess what I'm about to do? Because I'm not going back to Home Depot. I went there today and I got some Tack cloths and I got some microfiber cloths. Bless me. So I'm not going back there. What I am going to do is go right into this house and get a strainer, a regular strainer. I've seen somebody on YouTube do this, so she's pretty much been painting for a while, so I guess it works for her. So if it worked for her, it can work for me. And that's what I'm about to go do. Now I'm using a viscosity cup to make sure that the paint is the correct consistency. If it is too thick, it will not come out your sprayer. If it is too thin, it will show runs on your piece, so you want to make sure you follow this step. And at this point, yes, you see me looking all weird, but that was fine because I had my respirator on, protecting myself from the oil-based paint. Oil-based paint tends to have a lot of toxins in it, so I didn't want to breathe in any of those things. You see me using a strainer to strain the paint into the can. This basically prevents from any dirt getting into the can, so when you spray, it doesn't clog up your nozzle. Oh, you know I was serious at this point because I was suited and booted and ready to spray. I had already sprayed primer on the dresser. Sorry I didn't get that, you guys. But right here, I am basically spraying the drawers with the primer. They tinted my primer at the paint shop, so that's why you see it being pink instead of like a white or gray. It's not that I want you here. Yeah. It's not the way you stare into my eyes. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist you. You get away. Palm trees, beach views, and everything. All I wanna do is in the pictures on replay. Still right next to you. You do. Try not to show. And as you can see, this is after a few hours of drying. I am happy with the results. I think I am going to do another coat of primer. I don't know if I really need it because my paint is pink as well. It's not this color pink, but it is a pink. This is the granddaughter. And so as you can see there are some, that's where I patched it right there. It looks like there's a few imperfections in there, but I'm going to sand this anyway. I don't know what that is. Let's see. Don't know what that is exactly, but it's going to get sanded anyway. And there's nothing. I see some marks that I kind of missed, but that's fine because it's going to go through one more prime coat. Hey y'all, so we're back and I just want to show you all, we'll go this way, how it looks completely dry. I think it's completely dry. I mean, it felt dry yesterday, and so I'm sure it's dry. I mean, this would be a cute color for a girl, like a baby girl robe. Cute. Well, this is not the color it's gonna be, even though this is a pretty color. Just took an old sanding block and I'm going to wrap sandpaper around it. Do it this way. This is going to help me hold on to it. Those imperfections that I showed you all, that's what I'm trying to get out of here. After I finish sanding the piece down, I used a microfiber cloth to wipe it off and get the excess dust and debris from the sanding off of the piece. Now I'm utilizing my Tack cloth, and this is basically like a cloth that has a sticky substance on it. Now I'm going in to spray the second coat of primer on the dresser as well as the drawers. The little bit of advice I can give you: when you're spraying, you want to overextend past the dresser, meaning you don't want to start on the dresser because that will show you where your initial line started. So you want to start before the dresser, go all the way across and extend past the dresser, and then just go back and forth and back and forth. And that prevents you from having that harsh line. Nobody wants that. And rock right up to the eye of my mountain until you reach my peak, baby, and reach right to the. Spraying the doors were a little bit more trickier for me. I had to take my time and make sure that I was getting in the crevices because the drawers had a design on it. I didn't want to leave any piece unfinished because you would be able to see it. I just want to show you all the dresser after 2 coats of primer. Actually, the top part has 3, but everything else has 2. And the reason why I added 3 was because if you can see right there, I had to sand that. That is where I patched up. Where I patched up the dresser. And when I sprayed the first coat, for some reason I could not see it. It wasn't coming through. But as I sprayed the second coat, then it showed these imperfections. And I guess that's like the real dry down. I do not like that. I don't understand why it's there. I don't know what I did wrong. And I have sanded this down. So I'm going to sand again. I just want to show you how gorgeous this paint is. I have not mixed it at all, but just that color right there in itself is beautiful. And this is the Benjamin Moore Hot Lips. And if it turns out to be this color, I will not be mad at all. So I'm going to mix, and then I am going to thin it out and get to painting. Okay, so I just want to show you guys the color that it actually came out. It's not as dark as it was when the paint was settling on top. That is how it looked. This is what it's coming off as. I hope it's not too pink, but we'll see. Now this was the actual paint going on to the piece. Like I said, the paint did not turn out to be the color that I wanted. When I see Benjamin Moore's Hot Lips online, it does not look this color that it came out. And it's showing up like a powdery pink on camera, but it's not quite like a soft baby pink, I will say that. But it's not like and I don't want to say magenta, but I was going for a fuchsia vibe, and that is not what I got. But the fact that this piece took me so long to complete, I just did not want to deal with trying to change the paint out, color correcting, and doing all of that. I really just wanted it to be a pink color, but I had the pink in my mind, and it was more so like a fuchsia color and not like a hot pink or a baby pink. But nonetheless, it turned out to be a beautiful piece, and I ended up liking the color. Right here, I went a little bit too heavy with the paint, and I learned my lesson from that. Because if you go too heavy with this paint, it definitely, with any paint, it will give you drip marks. Okay, y'all, so this is the finished look. There is some running right there. As you can see, that means that I had the gun, the sprayer set too high. I can't breathe. And so, but overall, the piece looked good. Right here, that's that imperfection where I tried to fix the piece. It's a little bit of running right there, as you can see, but I'm just going to, when I get finished, I'm gonna let this dry. And then I'm just gonna sand that out. So I'm not trying to be a professional painter. Do I want the piece to look good? I absolutely do. But I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm selling pieces and giving people pieces with imperfections on it. So overall though, the pieces look good. I will say this. I did not expect for this to be this light. So you guys, this is me opening up the wallpaper. Okay, so I'm about to show you all how I am going to cover this using wallpaper. Plumber's crack. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I know that I want the pattern. This is the pattern right here that I chose. It can either go this way or this way. If I was doing it on a wall, I would go this way. But because I'm doing it on a dresser and the dresser is gonna pull this way, I want the pattern to go this way. So, I'm going to do a little measuring just to see where I need to be at with it. I gave my X-Acto knife and I'm going to score the paper, cut the paper. I cannot believe what I just did, y'all. How in the world did I do that? Look. How did I do that? I'm so irritated. Now I'm gonna have to be a little bit more careful when cutting. Because as you can see with the knife, the X-Acto knife, I can't even steal the X-Acto. The world. I actually have some, you can't see, but Mod Podge.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
Right here in a top, and I'm going to take this and put it on here and take the paper and adhere it to the dresser drawer. But I'm going to put Mod Podge on here. Even though there's an adhesive back on there, I still want to put Mod Podge on.
Come on now, dog. Come on,
A
man.
little bit more. Secure. And I'm only taking a little bit of Mod Podge. I'm making a thin line because you don't want this stuff to wrinkle up. It may look like I'm putting a lot on here, but I'm blending, I'm pulling. So majority of it is being pulled back. At all, and I got this from Amazon. I'll link it down below. All I'm taking is a card, a Vicks Harris Teeter card, so that I can smooth this out. And this is what you get. Boom! It looks so beautiful already. So this is the final product of the chest of drawers with the wallpaper on the side and in the inside. Some of them you can see and some of them you can't. But look, this is beautiful. This is the chrome hardware that I painted with my Stewart Simple paint. And I'm gonna show that to you all. I think I showed it to you, but just in case I didn't. I mean, I complained about how little this bottle was, but it's like a little magic in this bottle. I only like dipped some in the top and painted all of these. So I've already done these. Get that out the way. I've done these, but I need to go over it. Like, as you can see, like, these won't stand up. So I had to just look at that. From that, like, this is how the metal look. I'm glad I didn't finish the side, so you can see, like, that is horrible looking, but this was an old dresser. Don't mind my nails. I know I need a fill-in, so don't come on here trying it. I'm talking about my nails, but it's the ash on the hand for me. So this is what you get after, and this is just like one coat, I believe. So I have to go through, and then it'll look like this larger one that I picked up. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn that over. And the reason why I have these plastic bags sitting right here, because that lets me know what knob goes on what drawer. So I'm gonna pour this into this, like, as a matter of fact, let me see if I can come over here and do it so you all can see how it's like looks. You see the liquidness of that? Stewart, let me see. I don't know if you can see it, but Stewart, bravo to you. Bravo. So I'm dipping my paintbrush in there, and you really don't need, you really don't need a lot. So I put too much on this. As I'm telling you, you really don't need a lot. Okay, y'all, get into this freaking dresser. Look at that chrome on there. Don't mind that, because I have that up there because I didn't want to scratch my dresser. I'm actually getting this TV hung. I just needed to get the dresser in here to see where I want it to be at. So that is why that is there, looking a little ghetto. But hey, as much as work that I put into this dresser, I don't even care. But y'all, these knobs change the entire look of this dresser. Okay, so y'all, my sister is here, and she loves this dresser. She's an AKA, so you know this is just right up her alley. So I'm gonna get her to come in and get the first. She's seen it without the knobs, but I'm gonna get her reaction with the knobs. So y'all, here she come. I hope she decent. So I wanted your first reaction on the dresser.
Oh my God, it looked nice, Leisha.
Dun dun dun.
Oh my God, I really love it. Oh, it's like this.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, you put this down in here.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I love it. I love it. Oh, you did the sides too.
Yes, I did.
Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. I really love it, Leisha. It look good.
Yeah.
And yeah, no, the chrome just makes it look like, just pops it out.
Don't it? Yeah.
It just pops it out. This don't look like no refurbished nothing. Like, you did a really good job, Alicia. I love it.
So your final assessment of the dresser, sis. Talk to the people. Talk to the YouTube folks. The family now.
Stupid.
We gotta talk to the YouTube family.
The dresser is a 10. It's A1. It looks really good in person. She did an excellent, wonderful job. I'm proud of you, sis. Like, for real.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Y'all heard it here first. Y'all heard it here first.
This is really, really nice, Alicia. I'm really impressed. I'm really happy. No, you did a really good job, Alicia. I love it.
Thank you. Well, y'all, stay tuned for the final, little stuff, because I got to get this TV hung. And this is just only the beginning. I got so much stuff to do with this room, but just stay tuned. So say bye to the YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
She just wanted to make a little cameo, y'all, so I had to let her have it. All right, y'all, we out. Thanks for watching, and make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you'll know when I drop the next video. Bye.